Hi everyone, it's Kathy here and it's Scraplifting. That's right, our weekly Sunday hop on a Sunday where we lift somebody who we have chosen as a group. And this week we're doing Jenny from Scrap and Happy Studio and this beautiful layout here. And this is the take that I've taken for this one, going with bright as well. At first I thought I was going to use these stickers, but they actually don't make it onto the page, even though they are complementary to the papers. I've collected together a whole lot of ephemera that I want to use on the layout just to build it just as Jenny has. And I'm going with Vicky Booten this week. I'm using her Bold and Bright collection and I just love it. These colour wheels or umbrellas or pinwheels, whatever you want to call them, are fabulous for this layout. And this I'm cheating with. I'm using this one here with the frame, within the frame, and I'm going to work with that for my base like Jenny's layout. Now, to have the third part in the layout on the basing, I am going to trim out the middle of this beautiful green here. I'm just going to take a 1 inch by 1 inch frame, which I will put to the side to put on a base page somewhere down the track. And I am going to now rough up the edges with my distressing tool here to give that roughened texture that Jenny has on hers. So that will allow me to have the 3 matting on the layout, and because I am laying that mat down, I'm going to take out the center because I'm going to use it to mat my photos and also build another panel on this layout. So I'm just going to use my double-sided tape to run the edges of this square, and as always I am going to, well actually not even like always, this time I'm just did all 4 in one go, which is pretty unusual for me because I tend to just do one at a time to avoid rippling, but I did the whole lot together. With my craft knife, I'm just slicing down the side here because on Jenny's layout with the black strip there, she has that extra piece poking out. So I'm going to use this coloured branding strip that was part of the paper, and I'm going to put it here to the side, running it just as Jenny's is. Now that I have my base all set, I'm going to mount the photos. Now these photos were taken when we went to the Kip Moore concert in the city, and this was taken on the merry-go-round in Darling Harbour. Now this Darling Harbour merry-go-round is an old, very old antique. It is made by the traditionalists in Germany and it's just very, very beautiful. And so we asked the ride coordinator if we could get on, because recently every time we go to get on a merry-go-round, they say, no, it's only for children. But he said, nope, this is one of the traditional ones. This one is great for everybody. And so we were able to get on and have a ride of this merry-go-round, which was quite good because I used to take the children here when they were younger and they used to get on there all the time. So I am mounting these on that yellow that you saw me gut from behind this green. And then the other side, this photo here, I've decided I'm not going to mount. And the reason being is because there is this strip that is going in underneath, just as Jenny has hers. And I'm just trimming off the rough bit there. And I'm going to distress it with the distressing tool around the edges, to keep that interest of the layout happening and to build that extra dimension and layering, which complements what Jenny did on hers. So I've just done that to this panel, which I'm now going to put in behind my photos, and this is going to build up the right hand side of this layout. So now that I've got that down in place, I can put these photos onto my layout. Now, my photos, of course, are different sizes to Jenny's, but that's okay, and that shows you how when you scrap lift, you're making it your own. I am now using 3.5 by 5 photos quite regularly, so it makes it easy to put multiples on a layout, and I do like printing them in this size because it just gives you a full photo. You don't miss much or any of the photo when you print it. So I'm just rearranging it so that it fits beautifully and has enough space in between. I'm putting in that second part of that branding strip down here, just as Jenny has hers with the black. And I have this ephemera tag here, which I'm going to trim to put in behind that photo. And that's pretty much staying very, very true to what Jenny's layout is looking like. From here, I'm going to attach some string, which I have got here already in my needle. I'm just going to trim off what I need. And I'm going to tie that into, well, I don't actually tie it. I'm going to thread it through the hole there and attach it with some tape. And then that's allowing me to adhere that to the layout. So I'm going to put that in, tucked in underneath the photo. But before I do that, I'm just going to distress the edges of that tag with the distressing tool. If you don't have a distressing tool, you can use the edge of scissors, you can use a nail file, as I've been reminded recently. You can also use your nail, it will give you that same effect as well. Washi tape is a great tool on the back of layouts so that it holds it in place, and when it goes into an album it doesn't catch. I am now using scorched timber here to distress the edges of these colour wheels or pinwheels or umbrellas, as Vicky Boutin calls them. And I'm going to use those instead of the flowers on the layout. And I'm also going to use them instead of the flair because I don't actually have any flair that I can use on this layout. I've actually really got not many pieces of flair at all. So I am utilising these, as I said, to cover up those aspects that Jenny has on hers. I'm trying to keep the cluster elements exactly the same so that it is very much paying homage to her layout. But I am adding my own take on it with my choices of ephemera and embellishments. So now that I've done that, I'm going to build up here where my title goes, and I have got a quote for my title here, and it says, always on the lookout, always on the lookout for a good time. How terrible is that? And then down the bottom, instead of journaling, I'm just going to put in this little tag here that says favourite family traditions, because that's very much what it was. I put fun and smile as my words in there. Now I'm going to pop a little little cassette ephemera piece here, and it says play all day along there, because that's what, it is play all day, have fun. Putting the little cloud in just as Jenny has on hers. And what I'm doing now is I'm putting some foam tape, and I'm going to put these extra little circles to the centre to add another little aspect or another little feature onto the layout to draw your eye around each of those clusters. And I'm doing complementary colours so that they work well. I'm just adding in the date here. I know the date from when we went to that concert, so that's nice and easy. And as you can see, I'm thinking about it here. Now off screen, I actually come back and put some Nuvo drops into the centre of those circles and also into those clusters, and you will see that on the final layout in the close-ups. This is my take on this layout. This is how I've made it for me. I really do like how it turned out. I'm sure you're going to see lots of interpretations when you check out the playlist down below with all the girls who are playing along this week. It is a great, very talented group of ladies. Please check them out. Leave us all some love. If I've done something that you like, give me a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. Stay tuned for my next video recommendations at the end of this. I'm Kathy. Happy scrapping. Till next time.